Welcome to this week's edition of Grappone Drive. I am Hollis from the Grappone Automotive Group, and today behind me I have a 2017 Honda Civic Si Coupe in energy green pearl, as you probably noticed. It's a very eye-catching car, and it's got a lot of goodies under the hood, and today we're going to check out some of those, so stay with me. Under the hood here we have the Honda 1.5 liter dual overhead cam turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, but this one has been bumped up to 205 horsepower and 192 pound-feet of torque. That is a significant bump from the regular EX turbo that this is based off of. Honda has upped the turbo pressure and changed the compression ratio for this engine so that it can pump out all of that power. And what's nice is that compared to the last generation of Si, which the last one was in 2015, which had the standard 2.4 liter naturally aspirated Honda engine, this one developed its power much lower in the rev range, especially that torque. You've got that torque now available in about 70% of the engine's range, which is way better than it used to be when you only had that pretty much when you hit VTEC, just about. So we're going to test this out today. We've got the slick 6-speed manual transmission, the only option available on the Si, which I am pleased with, and it's a Honda gem as always. So let's take that out for a ride and see how it goes. Honda has had Si editions of their Civic since the late 80s when it started out with the CRX. That car was an instant hit, and ever since, Honda has really made sure that when their Si comes out, it is the true sport breed of the Civics. And this carries through perfectly with that. With that new potent 1.5 liter engine and this very excellent shifting 6-speed manual, man, I'm having fun. This is a car I could see myself in day to day, but I would probably get myself into some trouble because it is surprisingly quick. And yes, you might say, well, 205 horsepower, 192 pound-feet of torque is nothing earth-shattering, which is correct. But keep in mind that this car weighs under 2,900 pounds. At least in the coupe, it's barely over 2,900 in the sedan. So that power and torque, especially since they come on nice and early in the rev range now, really make a huge difference. The suspension has been tweaked, and I now have a sport button, which is awesome. That sport button doesn't just change the throttle mapping and how the steering responds. In fact, it actually changed the dampers in the adaptive suspension. This is a car with around a $24,000 price tag that has adaptive suspension so that I can go through this corner like that at, how do I say this without getting myself in trouble? Fast speeds. We'll go with that. Even in the rain, which is what it's doing right now, as you're seeing on our camera outside. Tossing it through, oh, it's just so planted to the ground, which is thanks in part to the standard now 18-inch rims with very wide tires on them. That's a first for an Si to ever have that. So we've got a lot of firsts because we've got the first production Si with a turbo engine, the first one now with those 18-inch alloys. And oh man, I just love it. It's great because you can go from city driving, normal everyday driving, maybe you have passengers, you just need it to be a little more comfortable, and you can start the car and it's in normal mode. But then if you're by yourself or you have a passenger, you're just having fun, you want to really carve up some curvy roads, hit the sport button and it changes the dynamic of the car in a positive way. It doesn't detract from the ride at all, which is really, really fantastic. And Honda's done a lot to really make sure that the sporty side is coming out in the Civic Si. What's awesome is that this even shares some things with the Civic Type R that's coming out that everyone is so looking forward to here in the US, as that will be the first time it's ever been here. So things such as, what is this, the compliance bushings, they're solid front and rear, and they're the identical ones taken right from the Civic Type R, which is just amazing. It shows you how much thought Honda has put into this. Other than that, here on the inside, we have a very comfortable cabin similar to the one in this current 10th gen Civic. So we have the wonderful touch display audio system. I have got my iPhone hooked up, so I have the Apple CarPlay, but we also have Android Auto, which works just as beautifully. I love the maps on Android Auto because you do use Google. We have everything that the Civic EXT has, so that's what this is built off of. So I've got the display audio, but besides that, I have dual zone climate control, I have heated seats and mirrors, I have automatic lights and fog lights, and the steering wheel controls for the cruise and audio, and the display in the dashboard. We also have the moonroof, which is one of my favorite things. What is exceptional about this is that we have a 450 watt 10 speaker surround sound stereo, and I have some music playing, and we were cranking it a little bit ago, and it sounds absolutely beautiful. You get that full immersive sound, and nothing seems out of place, pitchy or too boomy and low. It just blends beautifully, which is it's great. There's a really nice exhaust note to this as well. I don't know if you can, I don't think you'll be able to hear it. It's too quiet for my mic to pick up, I believe, but it's just the right amount so that it's not in your face, but you know that this is a sporty edition of the Civic. We especially noticed it going downtown with the slower speeds because there wasn't really as much tire and wind noise, so you noticed it more so there. This Energy Pearl will absolutely catch your eye no matter where you go. It's only available here in the Coupe. The sedan does not have this color, but you do still have plenty of other choices: black, white, red, blue, and they're very vibrant and make the car look very sharp. Going down, I mean, I'm loving how this drives. I do miss my standard. My car is not, which is too bad. But the trade-off for a standard transmission, I will have to say, with Honda is that you do not get any Honda sensing. So you will not get the automatic braking, the lane departure warning, the radar cruise control. None of that comes on any manual transmission Honda, the Si included. So that is the one downfall. If you are looking for that, you won't get it. However, this is still an extremely safe vehicle. Regardless, all the coupes, sedans, and hatchbacks still get a 5-star safety rating, which is the highest you can get, and you can know that Honda takes safety very seriously, and they've even done some tweaks to the 17 to improve how the airbags deploy and things like that to really make sure that if the worst does happen, you're cocooned, you're protected, and hopefully we'll walk away with just some minor cuts or something like that, some scrapes. But wow, yeah, and Honda's done a fantastic job with this. I can't wait to see what they come out with the Type R, which I know is rolling around soon, and we're going to have a new Accord coming out fairly soon, and it's great. So many things. What's nice about this too, it's a coupe, and it has a decent sized trunk. You could easily fit bags for the weekend in it, or groceries, what have you, but you can also fit 5 people in this comfortably. That's a big back seat. I don't know if you can really see it too well in our camera angle, but it's a really decent back seat. There are 3 seat belts back there, and we had to note, we were commenting, there's a good legroom behind it too, behind these very comfortable and super highly bolstered Si front sport seats, which have a really cool pattern to them. It's almost like a houndstooth with the red stitching, which carries through everywhere. There's red stitching on the leather for the shift boot and the shifter and the steering wheel, and even here on the door panels, which makes it have that little bit of a racy look to it. The gauges also light up red when I enter sport mode. It gives it the whole red look. So a lot to love about this. I'm thrilled with it. If I didn't feel that I needed all-wheel drive to make it everywhere that I go, I would probably be buying one of the Si sedans because I carry people with me a lot. So I want those 4 doors. But man, well done, Honda. I can't wait to see what you come out with next. Until I see you guys next time, I'm Hollis from Grappone Drive. I probably won't see you next week because I have a lot of stuff going on with work, so I'll be in and out of the office, and I unfortunately won't have the time to do a video, but hopefully in the next coming weeks we'll get another awesome new video out for you, and I'll see you then.